What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another video. Today's video, we're going to be doing a very simple but subtle modification. For me, this is what it's all about, but in today's video, I'm going to show you how to turn this into this. So I know some of you guys are looking at those images and you're like, I have no idea what is different. And honestly, it's so subtle that you're really going to notice it unless either somebody points it out, and really BMW enthusiasts may actually pick up on it. But if you notice in the OEM BMW emblems, they have a chrome outer ring, and this is something I never thought to actually change, but my buddy Thick Whips or John paired up with Panda Designs and they actually did the gloss black outer rim on the BMW emblem, and it looks really clean. I mean, like super clean. Like for such a subtle difference, it really does just bring out a black accent around the emblem and just looks really good. So that's what we're gonna be tackling today. I'm gonna start on the front. Pretty much how the emblems are set up. The back is held on by two grommets with two posts. That's the only thing that holds on the rear. The front is actually held on by a 3M ring that goes underneath the emblem, and then it has two guide posts to make sure that it's straight up and down and a line left to right. And pretty much you take off the front with either a pry tool. I'm gonna try fishing line and see how it goes. And then the back, you can use a pry tool or a fishing line just to get some leverage to pull it out of those grommets. But I'm gonna show you guys how we're gonna be tackling it today. I'm gonna show you guys how good it looks when we're finished. Try to fish it underneath the edge here. And when you're doing this, to make sure you don't scratch any of your paint, because even with fishing line, you will. You wanna make sure you're pulling away, so pulling up to make sure you're staying off of the paint. Now my entire front end is PPF'd, so I don't really have to worry about it too much, but I'm not sure where the edge of the PPF does when it goes down there. But I'm gonna go ahead and get you guys set up and start tackling this, and we will see if the fishing string option actually works to take this off. So the fishing string option did work. Basically just started at the top, went down until I felt the two guideposts, worked my way on both sides, and then once I was able to actually get the emblem tipped up a little bit, I took a microfiber as well as a really soft pry tool and basically just slowly worked my way around, being careful not to mar up any edges or anything like that until we got this off. Next step is gonna be to remove the old 3M and then basically just toss on your new emblem. But I wanna quickly show you guys them side by side. So here's the two emblems side by side, and I mean, I think it's just night and day difference. Never in a million years would I have pegged this outer chrome being an option of something to change, or even considering it as an option, because I know a lot of people do, you know, like the carbon colors, or they'll do just like solid black, or they do red, or you know, whatever they want to do to match their car. Me personally, I am an OEM plus type person when it comes to this kind of thing. I say leave the emblem as its own. I want to keep the blue, keep the white, keep the original pieces in there, but this outer chrome piece, I mean, I absolutely hate chrome. So the gloss black here was a no-brainer. But like I said, basically it's gonna be 3M tape, which Thick Whips and Panda Designs here already taken care of us for us. And then you've got your two guideposts to line up on those two posts just to make sure it's in place. So I'm gonna go ahead and get the old 3M taken off, and we'll get this bad boy put on. All right, 3M has all been removed. I just hit it with some isopropyl alcohol just to make sure we've got all the dirt and grime and everything out of there before we hit it with some fresh 3M tape with our new emblems. But the moment of truth, let's go ahead and get this thing on there. Backing tape is removed. You basically just line up these two top posts with these two top posts, and you should be all lined up and ready to go. All right, she's on. Just give it a couple second presses. And voila, she is finished. Now you cannot tell me that that does not look better. It's so simple, it's so easy. I mean, the hardest part of this job is really just getting the old 3M tape off. So we're going to jump on the back. The back, like I said, is held in just by two grommets. So that one's gonna be a little bit more of a prying and kind of wiggling either way. But we're gonna get that one off, and we'll get that one swapped out too. So like I mentioned, the trunk emblem is a little bit different. It's basically got two posts right in the middle here that go into rubber grommets, and that's what holds this on. So I may need to try a couple different techniques. I know on the older BMWs, they come off, of course, a lot easier, which is just about the only BMWs I've taken this off on. So the method I'm trying right now is I'm basically going to use a microfiber towel and really lay it right on the edge here and use a trim tool. And the microfiber towel is to make sure I don't mess up the paint. So I'm just going to go very gently around the edge here and just try to get wedged underneath it a little bit and see if I can't pry it out. If I can't, I may need to get the fishing line, go behind there and try to tug it away from the actual car just a little bit, enough that I can get the pry tool in there and start wiggling this out. But I'm gonna try a couple of methods and we'll see how this comes off. All right, guys, so it's been about a week and a half or so. I'm sure you can tell, different clothes, fresh haircut, of course, but it has been about a week and a half. Basically what happened was once I got the emblem off, I realized that the gloss black replacement one that they had sent me was actually for the F30 chassis, which is slightly smaller in diameter than the hood. On the M4, at least on my M4, the hood and the trunk roundel are both the exact same diameter. So I basically just reached out to American Painted Designs, let them know what the issue was, and they were super awesome, great customer service, huge shout out to them. They reached out to BMW, got the right size roundel in, got it painted, got it shipped out to me super quick. So huge thank you to them. It meant a lot that they were really quick on that and responded super quickly. So really happy about that. It actually just came in today, which is why I'm finishing the video now, but pretty much back to where we left off. So with the roundel, I mentioned that there is no 3M tape on the back and it's really just 2 grommets. Turns out, in this case, there actually is a little bit of 3M tape. So if you look, this is the one that I just took off, the OEM one, and there is a little bit of 3M tape that goes around the rim here. And then, of course, you have your 2 posts with a grommet on each post. You can see kind of the grommet that's on top of there. It's a plastic grommet. I've already taken this one off because I'm transferring it over, of course, to the replacement roundel. But we'll go ahead and jump into it. The next thing that we're going to be doing is, since there is 3M tape that's left over, I'm gonna get started on removing that. You guys can see there's a little bit left over there, but I guess for taking off the badge, I was able to get it fully removed with just a trim tool and a microfiber towel. Since I know there's 3M tape there now, I'd probably go back with some fishing string the first time, just to make sure that you can loosen up some of that 3M tape, of course, pulling away from the car to make sure your fishing string is not scratching the paint or anything. And then from there, go around with the trim tool and just take your time. A little bit by little bit, the posts themselves are actually centered directly in the middle on each side of the roundel. So just work your way around. I'm gonna slowly come off with time, but I'm gonna go ahead and get this cleaned up, jump over the roundel, and we'll get started. Man, I tell you, it is crazy. It is literally April here in North Carolina, and it is 45 degrees outside. And it's freaking cold. So I'm in here in a hoodie, absolutely trying to not open the garage and not take the car outside because it's a little frigid. All right, so I've got it all cleaned up now. I was able to rub off the majority of the 3M tape and just get it rubbed off. And then I used just a little bit of Goo Gone in the remaining. Since I did use Goo Gone and I'm gonna be putting down some fresh 3M tape around the emblem, I'm just using a microfiber with some isopropyl alcohol, basically just to get the surface cleaned up of any residue of any of that Goo Gone. But overall, it's completely spotless now, which is nice to see. All right, guys, trunk's clean. I've got the grommet switched over to the new emblem, and then what I did was I did some 3M tape. I only put a few pieces on here. I'm just cutting the main pieces. The grommets are gonna do the majority of the holding onto the trunk. The 3M tape is really, I think, just for a security purpose. So in the likes that I have to take this off again at some point, I don't want to go through the process of removing all that 3M tape. So I'm putting enough on there that this isn't going anywhere, but not so much that I'm going to hate myself if I have to take this off. I think doing the full circle is 1, super tedious for no reason, but 2, I think it's overkill. So we're going to go with this, see how it works. So here's a little pro tip that I would say for 3M tape. The thing that I hate the most is obviously removing it, but the other piece is getting all of these little red covers off of the tape so that you can stick it. Little pro tip I've learned, use like a little pick tool. It makes it like super easy to get like just a little bit underneath it and then like prick it up so that you can peel it off. Personally, that method has worked really well and just makes it super quick. So, little pro tip. Yo, that looks so good. That looks so good. Bro, you cannot tell me that that doesn't look cleaner. All right, we're all finished, and as you guys can see, it really does look just that much better. It really is the subtle changes that can really make a difference in a car. And this is something I absolutely loved. I was very excited to do it. So huge shout out to Thick Whips and American Panda Designs that collaborated to make this happen. I know a lot of people talk about the price point. I think for two of them, it's right around just a little bit over $200 for both badges. You can buy them from, I think the only other place I've seen that actually makes them is IND. IND has about a 4 to 5 week lead time on these. So the benefit of American Panda Designs is they're all pre-made. They've already made the whole batch all in advance, so you can go on, order them, and get them shipped out pretty quickly. So definitely recommend them. Their customer service was great. So A+ for me. Quality on them is A+. Installation, super simple. So all in all, a great subtle modification. A little bit pricey for what it is, but man, you gotta pay to play. These, the subtle mods are where it's at, and it looks so good. I can't wait. Eventually I'm gonna do the wheels, because of course they have the little floating center caps that you can do there, and you can do the black roundels on those as well. So those will be next in the future. But if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you guys go down and click that like button. It really does help out the channel when you guys do that. And then be sure to subscribe to the channel. Next, we're gonna be hardwiring my Uniden radar detector into the rearview mirror. And then we're also gonna be doing a dash cam install. For the dash cam I've got, I'm gonna be actually running and hiding and tucking the wires and showing you guys a little bit of a easy way to do that. If you don't wanna like actually hardwire it into anything, I'm basically rerouting it over to another cigarette lighter just to get all the cords out of the way, because right now I've got a ton hanging. If you've seen my other videos, you've seen it, and I'm OCD, it drives me absolutely crazy. So those are gonna be the next videos, but like I said, if you guys enjoyed the video, be sure to go down and hit that like button. Be sure to subscribe to the channel. As always, you guys know I appreciate you guys watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. I am going to be starting actually on another video now, and then tomorrow we're gonna be hitting the Diamondback, going up to Little Switzerland. So that's gonna be a fun video. So be sure to stay tuned, but as always, I appreciate you guys watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.